Let's get on with the reaction video. No time for no intro. Let's get on with the video.
The story of Dragon Ball has some surprisingly complex characters, and arguably none more so than Vegeta, the Prince of the Saiyans.
And also the build I'm reacting to now is Dragon Ball Super V. Got like five parts. So let's get on with the video.
At the very beginning, we've known of his story and past on his planet of Vegeta. We even saw real scenes in the anime with his father, King Vegeta, on multiple occasions that portrayed a true father-son relationship. Despite this, however, Vegeta never once used the Dragon Balls to try and revive him, nor did we ever see Vegeta meet King Vegeta in the afterlife in any capacity, whether in hell or not. To our channel, Vegeta is about to finally do just that, and meet his late father for the first time as an adult, and a whole new story in Dragon Ball is about to begin. But before that, support this channel and video by leaving a like right now as you're reading this, and watching this video all the way to its shocking conclusion. Enjoy. Our story begins with Vegeta in the gravity machine training after the events of the Moro Saga. On his mind, he can't help but think of Goku's latest achievements relating to Ultra Instinct and his continual improvement. How far Vegeta has come during his training so far, however, is unknown at this point. The door to the gravity machine suddenly then opens, and his only son Trunks appears with a mysterious and curious look on his face. Vegeta is more stunned that he's even approached the machine and disturbed him. Trunks then starts to speak and shockingly inquires, "Hey Dad, I just wanted to ask, how come I've never met Grandpa?" Vegeta is immediately shocked. He can't believe Trunks would mention his father out of the blue. After all, no one has even spoken of King Vegeta since Beerus arrived, and he had fallen out of Vegeta's head for almost a decade. He questions Trunks. "Your grandfather, huh? What made you decide to bring him up? I don't ever recall telling you about him. If you didn't know, your grandfather died a long time ago, many years before you were born, and even before I had met that woman, Bulma. Explain, now." Trunks goes on to explain that earlier in the day, he was spending time with Gohan and Pan when Goku arrived. He heard Pan call Goku Grandpa for the first time, and he suddenly realized their family dynamic was different to his. Even though he had Grandpa briefs, he didn't have a Saiyan Grandpa to play with or learn from. He's always been fascinated with the fact his father Vegeta was the Prince of all Saiyans, so to meet the king would be a dream come true. He then mentions to Vegeta the idea that they could just use the Dragon Balls to revive him, and he wonders why out of all the times Shenron was summoned, Vegeta never thought to revive his own father. He points at Vegeta with a devious look and proclaims, "Dad, you need to spill the beans. I want to know everything about Grandpa. Was he an evil supervillain with unimaginable power? Is that the reason we can't bring him back? Is he even stronger than you?" Vegeta is stunned at Trunks' imagination and lack of awareness, saying things about his father that just couldn't be further from the truth. Vegeta for a second takes time to remember his father so that he can finally tell his son the truth about King Vegeta. Vegeta then begins to tell the true story of what happened on their home planet. "No, son. When I really think about my father, he was a good man, a great man, a true warrior and king of the Saiyans who protected me from both Beerus and Frieza when I was a child. The Saiyans back then didn't have anything like the power we have now. Yet in the end, my father still challenged Frieza on his own, one-on-one. That tyrant ended up murdering him there, and later destroyed our home, Planet Vegeta, along with the rest of the Saiyans. When it happened, I was far away on a mission. When I heard, the pain was deep, but as a Saiyan Prince, I couldn't show any emotion, and since that day, I've never spoken of it. And that, my son, is the story of your grandfather, Trunks." Trunks, upon hearing the complete story, is in shock. He didn't imagine his grandfather died in such a way. and for the first time, he learns the truth of how the Saiyans were wiped out. He feels a sense of pride in finally knowing that though his grandfather wasn't strong, he was a brave warrior to the end. He questions Vegeta again as to why he hasn't revived him. How could he leave his own father behind? Vegeta is then quick, however, to disregard Trunks' suggestion, explaining, "Don't be ridiculous, Trunks. The Saiyans were a different breed back then. We conquered planets, murdered millions, and were a fighting race that annihilated everything and anything that stood in our way." Trunks is quicker, however, to respond, "But you just said they were much weaker than us. If Grandpa couldn't even defeat Frieza, then do you really think he could stop a group of Super Saiyans?" There's a slight pause while Vegeta thinks on Trunks' words. Complete awkward silence as he realizes Trunks is completely right. He lets out a disgruntled, "Fine, you win. But the Dragon Balls are not for my every whim and wish. We'll need to ask Kakarot and the others, if it's okay. Now get out of here. I'm not finished training." Some time then passes, and Vegeta gets all of the Z-Fighters gathered together on Kami's lookout. Goku is immediately surprised at Vegeta's request, and so too is Piccolo, Chaozu, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Gohan. Goku, however, with his simplistic brain, replicates the thoughts of Trunks and yells, "Wow! The King of the Saiyans! I can't wait to see how strong he is! I bet he's even stronger than you, Vegeta, right?" Vegeta can't help but look away in annoyance, choosing not to explain the entire story again to Goku. And so, with the help of all of the Z-Fighters, all of the Dragon Balls are gathered again, all found at random parts of the world, and using the multiple Dragon Ball scouters that Bulma produced especially for the mission. Shenron is then eventually summoned in front of everyone. The dragon emerges, and with its typical deep voice questions, "I am Shenron. Name your wish." Vegeta stares at the dragon, this being the first time he himself has ever made a wish on the Dragon Balls. Running through his mind, he thinks back to when chasing the Dragon Balls for immortality is all he wished for, before returning to demand, "Dragon! I wish for my father King Vegeta to be brought back to life and then transported here to Earth in front of me." Shenron takes a moment before he replies, "Your wish shall be granted." And his eyes begin to shine. And just like that, King Vegeta appears, shocked and in complete disbelief and disorientation. Vegeta smiles, but is more happy to see the sheer happiness and excitement he can see on Trunks' face. This is a special moment as two generations finally meet. Goku, on the other hand, comments to Piccolo, "Damn, so that's King Vegeta. Vegeta's dad literally looks just like him. I wonder what mine looks like." Not knowing the irony of what he's saying, with Bardock being an even greater spitting image of Goku. While everyone is excited and making noise at the revival of King Vegeta, the dragon requests for the final wish, and Vegeta mutters something, but no one listens in. With the mysterious wish placed, Shenron disappears, and the Dragon Balls shoot off once again. In the distance, across from Vegeta, King Vegeta remains silent and in complete shock. The two stare down each other. King Vegeta can't quite believe that this grown man is his young son, Vegeta. The last time he saw him was when he was a young, scrawny child, no taller than his tail. Immediately, King Vegeta closes the gap and grabs Vegeta. He hugs him, for perhaps the first time in Vegeta's life, as he is overcome with emotion, being reunited with his son. But as quickly as he embraces Vegeta, he then immediately punches him to the ground. Vegeta lands on the ground, almost expecting the beating, and the king yells to him, "You fool! Just how long did you need to take to avenge me? I've been waiting decades for this moment. Do you have any idea what hell awaits for us Saiyans in the afterlife? I should kill you." Vegeta wipes off the scuff to his chin from his father in silence, being completely unfazed by his father's reaction, knowing personally what he would be like, and then begins to proceed to explain everything that has led up to this moment in an effort to appease him. First explain how he met another Saiyan named Kakarot in their battle, and how he lost to a low-class warrior. The eventual battle with Frieza, where that low-class warrior then avenged the Saiyans, the battle with Cell, the monster Majin Buu, the return of Frieza, the appearance of Beerus the Destroyer, Zamasu, the son of Paragus Broly, and of course Moro. He finally then reveals how in all that time he also fathered a son and daughter, and started a family of his own too. Vegeta then turns and signals King Vegeta to follow him. Come, father. All those years of being dead has probably left you hungry. We'll have more to discuss over dinner. King Vegeta, however, remains completely gobsmacked at the entire incredible story Vegeta just aired out, especially concerning Frieza and the low-class Saiyan warrior who managed to outshine even the Vegeta bloodline. While King Vegeta still appears bemused, he looks down and notices a young blushing child with strange purple hair. Surely, this couldn't be the son Vegeta spoke of. But lo and behold, Trunks nervously starts stuttering out, Grandpa? Sorry, Your Highness. My name is Trunks. I'm Vegeta's son. Your son's son. Not knowing what to say, Trunks then jumps onto King Vegeta, embracing his grandfather for the first time. King Vegeta holds on to him, again shocked, but understands the young boy's feelings. He looks to Vegeta, and Vegeta signals to him to follow him back home. And so, the three finally leave. Some time has passed, and both Vegeta and King Vegeta have changed into everyday clothes. Vegeta and Trunks lead the king to the mountains to discuss in peace the events leading up to this day. Vegeta has just revealed the low-class Kakarot was actually the son of Bardock. What? Bardock? You can't be serious. He was a talented warrior for his level, but he was nowhere near close enough to match the elite. His first son, Raditz, if I remember correctly, had one of the lowest power levels of the young soldiers. He was only assigned to your squad to level out with your skill. To think, Bardock's son escaped planet Vegeta unnoticed, grew up on this weak planet, and defeated him. I still remember the day everything was changed, and our people were lost forever. To think, the legendary Super Saiyan transformation was real. The warrior that comes every 1,000 years arrived at just the right moment in Kakarot, and gave Frieza what he truly deserved. I always did think you would be the one, son, to avenge the Saiyans, become a Super Saiyan, and rule the universe with incredible power. But I guess fate has a funny way of settling things. While King Vegeta praises Goku and his Super Saiyan transformation, however, Trunks then interrupts. Hey Grandpa, Goku isn't the only Super Saiyan, you know. There's two others right here. Huh? King Vegeta immediately looks shocked, wondering what the child means, before a cocky smirk appears across Vegeta's face. The ground begins to rumble as Vegeta's power level begins to skyrocket. King Vegeta, despite not even being able to sense power levels, can feel himself as the air thickens and a monstrous aura leaks from Vegeta. Vegeta's hair begins to shift from black to blonde and his eyes change color. Suddenly, Vegeta transforms into a Super Saiyan. King Vegeta is left speechless. All this time talking about Kakarot, and he didn't consider that his own son, Vegeta too, could have also achieved this legendary form. He mutters, How is this possible, son? The legendary warrior was supposed to appear every 1,000 years. Are you telling me two appeared in the same era? This power, how is it possible for one being to possess such strength? So this is the true final form of the Saiyans, the ultimate transformation. However, Vegeta, almost finding his father's response comedic, responds, Oh father, the legendary Super Saiyan you speak of is nonsense. This is child's play. Even your little grandson over there can do this. Allow me to show you true power. The levels beyond Super Saiyan. The levels that rival the gods themselves. Then transforming once more to Super Saiyan 2, leaving King Vegeta even more shocked. This, father, is called a Super Saiyan 2. Impressive, but nowhere near the level of what your son has truly achieved. He closes his eyes, focusing himself as his aura turns from yellow to red. Vegeta then transforms into his Super Saiyan God form, followed by his Super Saiyan Blue form, and finally his Limit Break Evolution Blue form. At this point, King Vegeta is overcome with so much surprise and shock, he sweats profusely and steps back in a mixture of awe and fear. Even he can sense the godly power Vegeta now possesses, unlike anything he has seen or read about in the legends of the Saiyan race. However, Vegeta continues to grin with incredible confidence as it appears he has one last trick and transformation up his sleeve. Without hesitation, Vegeta's hair becomes completely white, his eyes grey, and a strange aura envelops him. Vegeta has entered Mastered Ultra Instinct, and his secret wish from earlier has become all the more clearer. King Vegeta is now in a state of shock that causes him to collapse, and Kid Trunks looks on at his father proud and with a smile. And that was it for today's video, guys. If you made it this far in the video, leave me a hashtag Vegeta in the comments down below. This is an original manga from me, and if you want to see a part 2, make sure to leave a like down below, and to support me and receive your own copy of this manga and my future manga stories, head over to my Patreon where you can get access to everything for your own collection. Link in the description and pinned comment. But until next video, guys, cheers.
Alright, that was part 1, and I'll see you guys in the next video.